working on some really simple finger position shifts with the left and the right hand. And some really kind of fun stuff with the right hand. And finally, even a grid and multiple grids that we can jump onto. So that will likely be a finger style series that happens soon. So without enough of the housekeeping, but I think we're close enough to in tune to be able to start with the 60 beats per minute. It's been a really wild morning shoveling out, and we've already been pretty active this morning. So I'm ready to a little punchy today. So bear with me. But here we go. 1 E and 2, 11 and 12, frets 3, fingers 3 and 4. And we'll start with 60 beats per minute, like we always do. 4 attacks per beat. And really, what this is about. Literally, it's about me warming up my body and my frets and my hands for the remainder of my guitar day. Today, I will spend likely 8 hours in the studio, and most of that will be sometimes it's research, sometimes it's mixing, sometimes it's mastering, sometimes it's sending our recordings over to Adam Hand, the great Adam Hand, the old mastering house with Bob Ludwig and Gateway. Sometimes we do the light work in the house, but Adam's got a pretty good lead of a real professional, like, Grammy Award winning mastering engineer. Adam's a good one to look up. Really kind of a nice feather in the cap, you know what I mean? He's great. Fingers 2 and 3, frets 11 and 12, 1 E and 2, just continue right along. Go E and so 4 attacks per beat. Let's see. The name of the app again was Real Tempura. Just repeat that again one more time. So yes, the solo variations. Yeah, there's probably 42 in here somewhere around there. I need a challenge. Yeah, let's work on repertoire. I've got some. I think I'm going to work on the intro of the late great Chuck Berry's song. What's that famous song that he played? I'm going to break that down, I think, later this weekend. But that's a fun one to get right. Maybe with a little effort I can get it right too. Recuerdos de Alhambra. That's a pretty fun. That's a great piece of music too. Yeah. 1 E and a 2 and a T E and a 4. Oh yeah, we got some snow. We had probably 3/4 inches last night of snow, which was super unexpected. We had the tractor snowblower all still parked in the garage. I don't think I'm going to take it out. We're supposed to reach the 40s today, and the pavement that accumulated that heat all day yesterday is pretty much knocking all of the pavement snow away. John, did you get it? Of course, the empty notices inside out. I use a cello around this mellow, that screeching sound drives me crazy. That's a good idea, Mark. That's a wonderful idea. Ooh, Maybelline. That's another good one. A sharp. Spoken like a true guitar man. That's funny. Funny guy. Here we go. Fingers 3 and 4. We're just working the angle of working the stretch, continuing to improve the stretch. I've got to change my posture already, so here we go. Ready? Hold on. There we go. Let's take a look at this. Let me see if I can do this thing this way. Oh, there we go. That's nice. That's sort of consistent with, I would angle the guitar body away from my person a little bit, probably between 5 and 10-degree angle, 15-degree angle at the most, but close to a 5-degree angle, just to get the back off of my body, so that the back can vibrate a little bit too. The back of the guitar wants to join the party, so let's go ahead and start with fingers 3 and 4. Stretch between 10 and 12. 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Marty McFly's version of Johnny B. Good. What a great film. I still can't get over like how blown away I was, no pun intended, the first time he strummed that chord in front of that wall-sized speaker. I thought, man, I want to stand in front of that speaker. Since then, we've had rigs, we've had concert equipment, what I mean, bass pins that will palpitate the heart, and we've developed an appreciation for working with that equipment over the years. Attico, good morning, friend. Good morning. Good to have you back here. Yeah, nice to see you. Always nice to see everybody here. So, tried taping the ball. No, you didn't. Did you really? Lasted about an hour and a half, and I woke up finger pain and had to take it off. My hand was swollen and sore the next day. Did you really? But I actually have about a better stretch now. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, no pain, no gain, right? No deposit, no return. Well, thanks for reporting out on that. I was kind of wondering about that myself. So 1E end at 2B end at TE hadn't gone there yet. I remember, playing baseball, like you do whatever you could to get the glove to stretch and conform as soon as possible. And then you get that new Wilson second base glove or whatever. Wayne McFarlane, good morning. Top of the morning, top of the day. These fingers 2 and 3 are mostly uncooperative this morning. With a wall of sound, 32 foot swing bass. It's really, that's a great idea. I don't know if that's like a thing, because that's not really a thing anymore, is it? Because you can pretty much accomplish most of that with much smaller form factors these days, right? Boy, my fingers are really taking giving me some guff this morning. I think we're brief. Here we go. 1 and 2. Stephen Bray, good morning. Welcome, and I'll just explain what's going on here so we can all be on the same page. But stick around just for a second. 1E end at 2, CE end at O. Sky Animates, you should staple. So Stephen and newcomers, if you're new here, this is the morning. I wanted to welcome you to the morning ritual for guitar growth. Morning ritual for guitar growth. And take it as you will. My intention is to be here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This season, this time of year anyway, because we do daylight savings. Good or bad, that's what we do. And then, so that could be something for you to be aware of. Sometimes it's Eastern Standard Time, sometimes it's Eastern Daylight Time, but right now it's Eastern Daylight Time, 7:30, and you can just come and go as you please. Bring a guitar and practice along with us, and we work on building breath and maintaining breath, and then we actually work on tuning the guitar when we start in the morning. So that's okay. We start, you don't have to tune up together with us, and then we proceed to, usually there's a motion to proceed with practicing, a quick discussion on the both, and it's all days. Practice, practice, practice. So we have this really nice time in the morning. It's about an hour worth. So over the span of this whole year 2025, because I'm doing this every weekday morning for the entirety of the year, we'll have accumulated at least 260 hours of practice time. We're going to take that first video that we recorded. We had some preseason activity too, but we'll take the first video from the beginning, in the last video we're going to record. Then we'll compare. I have a list of analysis, spreadsheet for analysis of so what to look for. How did we grow from this video to this last video? And then we're going to really absorb a longitudinal study of the benefits of visiting with the guitar every day. Okay, so there are a lot of things to measure here. It's a very exciting time for me because I haven't seen it done yet. Okay, so this is going to be someone's dissertation, I'm sure. So 1, 2, T, end of bogey. And we're going to start with, every morning we start with 60 beats per minute, every morning. And today it's no different. And then we're using fingers 2 and 4 and frets 9 and 12 now. We'll just use that ascend the position, descend the position, descend the pattern, descend the position, ascend the pattern, descend the position, and then we'll get all the way back down here and come back up to the top from whence we can. And that's how we'll proceed. So join me. 2 and a 2, E and a 2. You know what to do. And here we go. 2, 4. 4 out of 2, 4. And so Mr. Michael, so many people talk about there's no way, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. There's no way around the repetition. In my mind, I can't say the words that I don't know. If I don't understand the meaning of the word, the multiple connotations of the word in context, I don't have a very clear line of communication. And music works that same way. And finger style, finger patterning works the same way. So if I never practiced the finger patterns and I'm called to play those finger designs, I'm not able to really persist through that new design, so that improvisational design. So 1 E and a 2, fingers 1 and 3, same frets. Good. Swiss Alps. Good morning. Yeah, boy, what I would give to be in the Alps today, up in the Alpine zone. Maybe there's a rope and we have 1 or 2 others on the team and we're just kind of getting up into I've got a little bit of sunscreen on my nose. I've got the glacier goggles on so I don't get itchy eyes from snow blindness. Man, that's a great fantasy to hear this morning. So what a great YouTube handle. Thanks for coming by. BP Records. It's good to see you around again. How are you doing over there? And if you stick around Swiss Alps, I might get to some Nirvana. And you can see by my flannel that I'm a huge Nirvana fan, right? Anything Northwest from the 90s, mid-90s, I'm probably a fan. Probably like favorite fan. So fingers 1 and 4, let's get those going. And we'll start the stretch from 7 to 12. Yeah. Fret 7 to 12, fingers 1 and 4. Here we go. 1 and a 2, T and a 4. Yeah, I love that breakdown of the word. I love the word clues where you break it down. That's excellent. I might post that to the community wall later today, just to be sort of like, just to be cool. I don't know if you can see me sweating over here, but this is really working me out. Hey Steven, thanks for the sub, man. Absolutely appreciate it. Good to have you on board, and I'm sure all of us in this live chat feel the same way. It's a small but mighty crowd, and then usually we'll have anywhere between 1,000 and 7,500 people just dropping by over the span of a morning. So You know, it's not, there's something here for everyone, but sometimes it takes time for us to just kind of find the right spot and the right fit, right? So I've lived long enough to know that I'm not the right fit for some, believe me. So 1, 2, T, and fingers 2, 3, and 4, and we're 23 minutes in. Before we proceed, I've just got to get a quick stretch in, okay? Straight elbow, put the guitar down here so that I can not, so I don't break the guitar. Those windows behind me get pretty bright. So 1 click, we're going to count 15 clicks per stretch. We're starting here, straight elbows. And then yeah, I'll show you my favorite shirt. Yeah, I bought a pile of these a long time ago from oh, here we go. I don't know if you can see that embroidery here. I used to play with a game called Movie Focus. That's kind of fun. But I like the shirt, the color so much, the fit, that I've worn all of them out. I'm down to my last 2. It's a sad day when I have to try to frame them and hang them on the wall. So that's where they go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey Greg, what's going on? Is this a new? Are you new to the channel here? I forget. It's Fartlander. I see. Sounds like maybe I've seen you before here. Thank you for the request. Thank you very much for the request. I love the old Hank Williams. Like, are you thinking in the jailhouse now, or what? Hey, good looking. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Let's get that. Let's break that out real quick, just to kind of divert our attention away from warming up. So if you're new here, this hour-long live stream that happens every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is specifically designed. Now, it's specifically designed to be my warm-up time. And I need the warm-up time because practicing is for people who suck. Okay, that's what I've had. If you're seeing, like, if you ever, we used to joke around with this. The guitar player, there's a band that's touring around called Yellow Brick Road, and they're an Elton John tribute band. If you haven't seen them around yet, you've got to check them out. They're so cool. If you haven't seen them around, just check them out, follow them somewhere, and then maybe some YouTube footage or something. Yellow Brick Road's the name of the band, and the guitar player, they're all good friends of mine, but they do a super job and they have so much fun. But the guitar player once said, "Hey Jason, you know, practicing is for people who suck, right?" And I'm like, "Okay, Mike, yeah, that's why I practice." So this is designed for me to be practicing and warming up every day because too bad there wasn't an exercise for handsome, you know what I mean? So I'd be doing that a lot more. So let's try this out. We'll start with fingers 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, and 2, 10, 11, 12, and we'll get to some covers maybe here in a second. 2, 3, 4, 8, and good morning, down, good morning. Grateful Dead song that I was going to do on the channel. I forget what it was. It was, man, it was like every time they go around the song, and every time the song came back around, they'd use like different chord progressions. We all played different chords and different bass line. It wasn't like the same 12 bars or 16 bars stamped like bang, 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 bang. And I thought, what can we interpret that? So I guess they've just played together for so long at that point that they practiced so much that all of the chords they played seemed to sort of like fit the bill, even though they weren't sort of like all necessarily playing the Nashville Country D with the Nashville bass player playing the Nashville Country D or the A in the bass or some other color tone. It was very colorful. The Grateful Dead had a very colorful approach to, and freeing, a liberating approach to what they did, you know. A good friend Chuck was touring with them, and then let's do the fingers 1, 2, and 3. So 10, 11, 12. 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do. A good friend Chuck, Mr. Winfield, he used to tour with Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and they were on the bill with Janice, and they were on the bill with Grateful Dead. And backstage he was saying, like, the kids of the children of the band, the Grateful Dead, would do the hand rollies for the adults while they were waiting to be served, you know what I mean? So, it's a family affair, I think. I don't take it with a grain of salt. Did you get any snow up there, Dan? We got about 4 inches of wet heavy last night. Most of it's melted off the pavement already. That sort of that same thing happened to Gordon Lightfoot. Gordon Lightfoot could have pretty much retired earlier, but he, so many people to take care of. It happens. When the album sales fall out from underneath you and the digital world transforms your royalty system, and you counted on that income for your prime time, and then it no longer existed. So it's kind of a challenge, right? Let's try another thing. Let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll move right along. And frets 9, 10, 11, and 12. 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a... Did you see any of the footage where he was working with David Grisman? There was some footage where they were playing together, recording like either the pizza tapes or some Garcia Grisman work. And you can just see that Jerry had looked sort of like an emotional sucked on popsicle. You know what I mean? It just so much giving of the self. You gotta sort of like take care of the self too. The self is important. Probably the most important, right? Jerry starts at home. It's a hard one sometimes, a hard pill to swallow. But all things are possible in the mind of God, that's for certain. Keep coming back to that, kind of swinging away from that, and it's like, that's not how it works for me. So hopefully that helps somebody. No worries, man. Sometimes it just takes us a second, just a hot minute sometimes just to take a look at what the feed is all about. And if you look here, there are guitar players from all over the world who join us live stream to chat, offer their services, offer it's a rising tide floats all boats here. And so what we're doing, if you're just tuning in, let me clarify this a little bit. Finger 4 stretch, we're going to get stretchy while I talk. So 9, 10, 11, and 13. And we'll slow down to end of T, end of 40. And no worries, I'm one of those people who I don't really like using the word sorry. And if I place myself in a position where I feel like I should say the word sorry, I always try to reframe it so that it's both constructive for my person and the other person receiving it. not a real, like, restorative justice kind of person, you know. I'm not really a, you know, I believe, you know, I'll probably talk more about that later on, but we're here every weekday morning working the old magic. And I don't know about anyone else here. I know there are a handful of us here, guitar players from all over the planet, that tune into the live chat to be here for support. Two of them, you see the blue wrenches, those are moderators that are actively engaged in, you know, keeping the, you know, helping to maintain and encourage the community to express positive growth. This is a morning ritual for guitar growth that you just tuned in, and it's just every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. I'm here and doing the guitar growth thing. So it's really important. All through all of 2025. This is like episode 72 or something like that. And later today, in about 10 minutes, if you stick around, we're going to open up a drone app, and that's going to help us. That's going to help me anyway. It's going to help me, hopefully not annoy too many others. It's going to help me just shift gears a little bit and turn my warm-up into a seasoning station. You know what I mean? We've got some batter, we're battering up the, you know, we're getting the egg wash on the chicken, you know, we've upped the chicken, we've prepared the chicken, we've gone ahead and egg washed it. Now we're dipping it in the, you know, the first round of flour, and then we're coming back to the wash. Now we're coming into the seasoning station. So that's kind of what I'm looking at this next part of the session in about 10 minutes, coming right up, is like the seasoning station for me. So stick around, you'll like it. So 1 and 2, 8, 10, 11, 12, fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, fingers stretched back, finger 1, you can see it doing that Lord's work. 1 E and a 2 E and a T, smash that like button. Am I going to play anything besides finger exercises? What are you interested in hearing? I see Megadeth, I love Megadeth, like anything that group, you know, I love all of that. I see Jimmy's got the Megadeth bug, yeah. You know, Raul has been working on his channel. He's been doing some diminished sequences, diminished passages. So if you check out Raul's channel and you take a look at some of the diminished things, I think he's got diminished patterns that he's rolling through, you know, 4 or 5 minute videos, pretty easy to digest. You can check out what he's doing. He's right here in this channel right now. He's in the live chat, and you can speak more to it if you wanted to, but you'll find that those are pretty, if you want to get out for some Megadeth, you're going to need to have some really, really cool, put some polish on the old diminished riffs, get some like Teflon spray those down a little bit. And Dominant 9. Yeah, he's really pushing the boundaries here. He's really working hard. Sarah Jiggy with it. He can really play. That boy can really play. If you want to lay the lead to symphony, do the exercises. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's how I learned it when I was 15. Maybe I hate to date myself. Man, maybe I was 15 or something like that. I had my little gem going, my Ibanez Gem 77FP. Beautiful guitar. Oh man. It still pains me to this day to think that I traded it for a jazz box in music school. Damn, what an idea I had. Anybody name that one? We'll play some more covers. nice Pearl Jam. Oh, Luciano, you got it, man. You got it. I told you that flannel speaks loud, you know. That flannel really. They sold a pile of flannel, didn't they? Man, they sold some flannel. I didn't even know about flannel until grunge hit, you know. And then I was like, oh, that's what people are supposed to wear in public. Oh, yeah. Have you heard this song? If I had no place to fall, and I needed to, could I count on you to lay me down? Really cool, like chord progression here. Not really in tune anymore, so we'll give it a quick check. Oh yeah, that's I had a couple of you know, some of my first tunes. Like I really had some. Adrian, what's going on? Can you try and play a song by ear? Youngest Daughter by Super Heaven. That's a good one. Yeah, that's kind of. How about Man of Constant Sorrow? Bob Marley, Man of Constant Sorrow. Sort of styling there. I don't know if you know Jim. He's a super telly player, you know, super guitar player, and that was sort of in his. What was a little quote to him? Jim, check out Jim. Do a Morgan Wallen song. Amen. There you go. Master of Puppets. Now we're talking. All right, we're coming up to the 4 more minutes, and I'm thinking I've just got to get this one. I'll probably do the minor kind of. You know, the Dorian mode, just kind of get that one going. So we're starting with 1 flat 3, 4 flat 5, no, 1 flat 3, 5 flat 7, 1, 1 flat 3, 5 flat 7, and then we slide up 1 position to get chromatic with it. But we're not really going to bother with the 6th string, so we've got all 4 fingers at work. It's basically the, you know, 1.5 octaves, almost 2 octaves of the minor 7 chord. Sometimes the dogs think they're alone here. So 1 E into 2. Let's do couplets. Just mix it up to 5. Dennis, yeah, Denim Dennis is in Philly. Love flannel in Philly. Oh yeah, amen. Yeah. I'm just thinking drop D with that. But I'm getting ready to just start thinking like key of C. I'm thinking key of C. Maybe C Aeolian or C. So what the problem is here, the problem to overcome is starting with C major scale. I think using that as the parent, the starting point, the parent for, you know, preparation for departure. So let me just, I know it's a bit off. 40 guitars are going to be in Philly. Ooh, hey, there it is. September 25. That's pretty cool. Master any Prince. Yeah, I think I did a Prince tune on the channel, so if you go check that out, you might enjoy that. You might enjoy it. Maybe it's, I think it was the Gimme song, you know, Purple Rain or something. So here's the drone, the old tempura, and it's, you know, backwards. But it is kind of droney. 40 fingers, 40 gingers. Famous skateboarders and company owners. Oh. So just working to continue the warm-up session. So I've got the C sort of droning here. And I'm going to turn, just from the moment, I'm going to go ahead and turn off that metronome. The digital version of this isn't quite as good. It doesn't hit the same as if you had like an acoustic one that you just kind of play in your space. But it kind of does the trick. If you work with an acoustic version of it, you know, a tempura, it kind of, you know, it kind of does the trick, you know, in a pinch. And I'm just working on whatever might come to mind. I know I'm playing either C major pentatonic or C major, so or C Lydian maybe. But if I reduce what I'm doing to like one string, it really sort of makes it enjoyable for me. Now I can work one string for 15 minutes or for an entire hour and not. See, Mark? Then I can work on repetition, I can start to, can you play Melancholia? Yeah, sure. This is a great example of how well this tempura can work because I'm droning C notes in the background. I'm not sure if you can hear the whole thing or not, but totally interchanging between C major. That's sort of like the lesson to take. One of the major takeaways from Malagania is the shift back and forth between the major sonority and the minor sonority. Parallel shift, right? Parallel shifting, really interesting stuff. So we start with C. Now in C minor, C major, C minor, C major, C minor, C major. We could actually move between C major and A flat major, right? Or we could start working on major scale. And then harmonic minor, parallel minor. So the tempora gives us access to all of those things that we might not otherwise think to the mind. So, brother, hey, servant of God, amen, man. Yeah, amen. Play in grass, grasshopper.